I think for me, talking to other peers that work at other service providers, so just to see what they're doing or how they're dealing with everything going on and kind of giving that kind of support. Be like, there was a time, I forget what it was, but it was like, one it wasn't Spy, it was the one on Hollywood Boulevard. My friend's place was offering resources, but I didn't know about them until, somebody, a youth that worked there reached out to me. So it was like, hey, there's this things going on for youth. Would you like to participate? So that I feel like it's kind of good because often, most of the time when we work at service providers, we don't really become friends with some of the staff there that aren't youth or that aren't necessarily have been through what we've been through. So it's like you do start connecting, and it's also kind of like it's a way for you to start building a social life again, because I think when I was going through homelessness, I didn't, having a social life didn't wasn't part of my schedule. But when I started working again and meeting other peer navigators or other peers that were working in the system, then we started hanging out. So that helped me build a support system of people who knew what I was going through, but also were working exactly with what I was going through. So I thought that was really good for me.
Other groups that I think have helped me, like during this time too. I think also, I mean, it's definitely different for me and like other people in this space who work for like service providers, right? Because like we definitely have more conversations about like vaccines and COVID and stuff like that. But like also like living with other people, like living at like a transitional living space at the Dream Center in Echo Park. Like, I live with other people who are like former foster care. So it's not just me by myself. So like being able to have people around, I guess maybe more than other people because, like a lot of people have been like quarantining and alone, and that could be pretty lonely. So I know, having other people around, and even if it's not a conversation about, the vaccine or COVID or quarantining, it's still somebody that's not just me.